Hi everyone. First and foremost, I am blind, so I can't look in the viewfinder, and it's not about what you see on this channel, it's about what you hear. I'll go ahead and turn this light on to see if that helps at all. But if you can't see my face, sorry, not sorry. So I'm not even sure when I'm going to put this video up, but within the past 5 hours, 6 hours, my dental saga has finally come to an end. I have my new crown in for this tooth that I have a whole playlist called my 2018-2019 dental saga. Basically, when I was a kid, I was jumping up and down, being careless, being a kid, and whack, slam this tooth. Of course, I was young enough to do that, but old enough that that wasn't gonna get wiggly and fall out anyway, and grow a grown-up tooth in its place. That had already happened. So yeah, this was a tooth that was supposed to be permanent, but I screwed it up pretty bad. And after 30 years of crowns and break-offs and crowns and break-offs and replacements and all kinds of stuff, what was left of the tooth just couldn't hold up. And lost the crown one more time. Took it into the dentist the next day, made an appointment, obviously, as soon as it happened. Went in the next day with this tooth, expecting the dentist to just kind of glue it on. She said, well, it's a little more complicated than what you're thinking. What was left of the tooth broke inside the synthetic crown, and I mean, there's really nothing left to work with. You're going to have to either have oral surgery and get what's called an extraction and implant of this, or you're going to have to... We could do this without oral surgery, but it's only going to last for so long. Well, I was of the frame of mind of, let's take care of it once and for all. So I had oral surgery. There's whole oral surgery vlogs and stuff. Like I said, take a look at my Dental Saga playlist. It all finally ended today. Actually, let me catch you up. The last thing I think I said or talked about was getting a flipper, like a synthetic, not everything synthetic around these, like a plastic type of thing that you wear over your hole in your mouth to at least make it look like there's a tooth there when it's really not. You're not going to be able to eat corn on the cob or carrots or anything like that with that in, but at least you won't have this big gap in your smile, as the oral surgeon said. Well, after 3 tries, I finally got one that fit, but talking was more, you could tell something was more there that wasn't normal with that in there than without it. So I just kind of grinned and bared it until now, when okay, so that's the last thing that you knew about. I got the flipper. So December 20th, I went in, oral surgeon took a look at how things are going. He said, you're good to go. You can go back to your dentist and get your crown on there. Well, I called the dentist, obviously, that same day, but by the time I called. Apparently, the office was already closed. And of course, this was December 20th, as in Friday was the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. You got Christmas Eve going on Monday. Tuesday, it's Christmas. I mean, you got holiday vacations going on here or days off for the holidays. So, understandably, I'm not even sure. I think it was the Monday before New Year's that the receptionist finally called me back from the dentist's office. What needed to happen at this point was that the oral surgeon's office needed to send them some stuff that they could use to do what they needed to do. Well, we figured that, what was that, early to mid-January, that would be taken care of. So we went ahead and set an appointment up. Well, the day of, the receptionist called me back. She's like, "Are you on your way in there yet? Or are you on your way into our office yet?" I'm like, "No, but my vehicle's going to get here at any time." She's like, "Okay, is there any way you can call him back to cancel?" I don't know what's going on with the oral surgeon's office or with shipment from the oral surgeon's office or whatever, but we don't have from them what we need from them yet. It hasn't arrived in our office yet. We can't proceed. I'm like, "You can't even get the impression with that?" She's like, "No, we have to reschedule." I'm like, "Okay." I mean, this whole thing's been kind of a hurry up and wait. I mean, I went into the oral surgery being told, we're going to do what we can do, but then there's no way around it. It's going to be 4 or 5 months before we can even get you going to the dentist to get the part done where there's actually a piece of tooth out here. So, I mean, this whole thing has taken a good 6.5 months. It broke off again in the first place on August 3rd, August 1st, 2018. And it's February 14th, 2019. And I finally just left the dentist's office, hopefully for the last time in 6 months, because we finally got this taken care of, and we did a cleaning all at the same time. So I was like, "I like you, Doc, but hopefully I won't have to see you again until the next cleaning." So anyways, let's see. Last thing I said was, receptionist called me, said, "Something's held up in shipping or something. We don't have what we need. We can't move on. I have to call you when it gets here." So fortunately, I was able to cancel my door-to-door transit. And because if I hadn't, I would have told them at the door, just no-show me. Because of circumstances I just found out about, I'm not going. I was not going to go to that dentist's office just to sit there for no reason. So the next week, whatever had not come yet finally had come, and we were able to take the impression. Taking an impression for a crown is not a fun task. It is not. You got to bite into this goopy gunk and just sit there, bit into it for a while, and it's just... I didn't enjoy it. But I had to do it several times throughout this procedure, this whole process, this whole series of events. So we took the impressions. We were like, okay, in 2 weeks it should be taken care of. So let's try for February 7th. This was supposed to happen last week, February 7th. But February 6th, she calls me. I don't know why this lab is taking as much time as they're taking, but it's going to be like Friday, next Monday, she said, before it's going to get here. Fortunately, that time she was able to call me with enough notice to allow me to cancel my rides altogether, with plenty of time to spare. But finally the lab did what they needed to do, and the crown showed up, and the dentist did her job, and now it's in here. And she warned me even now that, just be careful what I do with this. She's like, it's not as easy for these to break off, but don't necessarily put it to the test. In other words, don't be biting into a big old crunchy carrot or something with these teeth. I don't know if I've been eating things the wrong way for my whole life or what, but I guess the back teeth are better for that, for like breaking stuff apart. Anyway, I have a feeling there might be a little period of adjustment, me getting used to how this feels. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it. It's just, it feels, I guess, a little unusual. Maybe it's because I have been without a tooth up here for so long. But, I'm happy about it because it's about damn time I got this tooth back. But I am hoping that this is the end of the problems that I have with this tooth. We'll see how many years or decades even it's going to be before there are any more complications with this. In the meantime, that wraps up this playlist. That wraps up this whole story, I would expect. And thanks for following along on this on again, off again, hurry up and wait story. I don't know if you're going to tell the difference in my videos if I'm talking any clearer. I think I'll be able to tell, but that's just because I'm so sensitive to it, I guess. Anyway, thank you for watching. I didn't talk about them at all in this video, but there is a company I cannot say enough good things about called Ira. They, through basically a FaceTime type of video call, they look at a blind person's surroundings and various things, and give the blind person information that they wouldn't otherwise have. You can find out a lot more about it than that on their website, and there's a link in the description below where if you take a look at the website and actually decide to sign up using that link, you and I can both get a month free of Ira. So that's a win-win for both of us. Check that out if you're blind or visually impaired. Sign the Do Not Demonetize petition if you think that AdSense shouldn't make you be a borderline celebrity in order to make you eligible to monetize your videos. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.